So thank you all for joining. My name is Allison Waller, and I am the program director at Live Girl. Pardon my hoodie, I wasn't planning on being on camera. And we are so grateful and excited to have Dr. Marni Amsellem here with us. She has done stuff with Live Girl before, and she's truly an expert in journaling, and I'm sure many other things, but that's what's really brought us together. And we are so grateful that she's here with us today to discuss how we can make the best out of these times through journaling. So Marni, thank you so much for being here. We're so
Very
grateful.
happy to be here with all of you, and hello to everybody.
So I didn't have anything prepared as a question, but I will just ask one. As someone who is sort of a journaling novice, I know you have things you want to talk about, but like, how do I get started? Like, I have my journal and it's super pretty, and that's why I bought it, but I don't really use it.
Okay, now is a phenomenal time to start. There's really any time can be a good time to start journaling, of course. But now, I mean, we are, we're fortunate to, to be not needed on the front lines anywhere. We are homebound right now, or we should be, right? So now is a phenomenal time to just, be in this moment of doing very little, and using this time to pause and reflect on what is happening all around you, whether that is not a whole lot of activity, whether it is feeling the feeling the impact of all of the change around you in the world and reflecting on that, or whether it's taking a note of the things that you want to be doing with this time and starting to record all of that, right? I have however undetermined amount of time ahead of me still of time to work on a new project or learn a new skill or write a book. Really, there's so many things that we can do right now with this time. And yes, there certainly are other responsibilities. There's school, there's classwork, there's chores at home. Maybe you're doing something new at home you haven't really done before, or hadn't been expected of you, but everybody's chipping in a little bit differently. But this is a great time to write about it all, record it, save it for yourself to read in a few years, maybe save it for your kids to read one day. There's a lot you can do with it, and you can start to Allison's question, just open up a page and start writing.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. I did a paper plate activity in here earlier for a video because I don't have a paper plate. And that's the farthest I've gotten. So I will open it up and start writing. So thank you. So if you want to go ahead and talk about whatever you would like, I just want to say, I did get a question in the chat real quick asking if we can hear and see everyone. This is a webinar, so we can hear you through your chat function if you want to type, but if you would want to ask a question, I can unmute you, but no, we cannot see you. Okay, go ahead, Marni, take it away.
Okay, sounds good. No, Sherry, I don't know if there were questions that you had that you wanted to start with there. I want to make sure that I cover anything. I know communication's a little challenging here. Or should I just go ahead and talk?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry for the audio difficulties on my end, but I did just want to thank you for your partnership, Marni, in bringing the power of journaling to our community during this very stressful time. And I know both from a personal experience, I've used journaling, but also we use journaling in our middle school confidence club. So we are firm believers in the power of this. So we just can't wait for you to share your expertise with us.
Wonderful. Well, there's always ample opportunities to journal, whether it's in a classroom or a course setting, or confidence club, or when you're sitting at home in your bedroom, or even together with your family. I know there's a lot of families sitting together and right now, and this can be something where it's literally one, could be one journal like this, or one notebook that you have where you're just kind of all writing in the same document, or each keeping your own. But it can be a solitary activity as well as a joint activity right now, as we are going through some joint experiences. So, but yeah, one of the most frequent we asked questions for people that are not currently journalers is how to start, sort of like Allison's question. And I mean, the short answer is you just do. And it's kind of like anytime there's a new project and you're not really sure how to begin, the best way to do it is to just jump in and get your feet wet. If you don't, this is something that's a personal exercise, so you're not being graded at all. So once we recognize that there are fears that we have, that things should look, expectations, things should look a certain way, or that we need to be following a certain format, there really aren't any rules. I mean, even sometimes if your teachers ask you to keep a little journal of something, and maybe, I'm curious how many people, and I'm not actually reading the chat right now, I would get distracted.
I'll keep an eye on the chat and the Q&A, and I'll check.
If any of your teachers right now are asking you to keep a journal as an assignment of, through this time, right now, that's a phenomenal activity. And for any of your teachers that have already done that, that's phenomenal. And I hope you guys are doing it. Your teachers are probably not going to be reading it, even if you were seeing them every day. Usually journals are something where the teachers kind of give you a little bit of privacy there. They just want to see that you are doing it. So it's a personal exercise. And you can, if you're needing ideas of where to start, like there's a lot of great ideas out there, and I will be providing you with some today, and as starting places, and you can take what I'm saying and go your own direction with them too. But sometimes we're needing a little inspiration on how to get started, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah, can I chime in with a great question that we actually just got from Ellery, who is in one of our confidence clubs, and I've gotten to spend time with her, and she's a fabulous young woman. She wants to know how you become more confident in your writing, which I guess is a first step to journaling. And Ellery, I've been there. I'm not very confident in my writing, and that makes me anxious to even just get started. So thank you for asking.
And confidence will hold us back from doing anything. If we're feeling like we're not really sure of how something's going to go, it will totally hold us back in taking any steps forward. So one way to do it is to practice in the in the confines of yourself or your own journal. And a journal is a phenomenal way to work on your writing. So certainly journaling can be, incomplete sentences and don't have to worry about your grammar or spelling. That's totally acceptable in your own journal. You could actually use your journal to hone your skills too. So practice, different types of, voices or techniques, or, using different vocabulary words. You can use it in your journal because it's not being looked at by anybody. It's not being evaluated at all. And as you, continue to write, then you will say, look at this. I've just written this amount, or I'm rereading it. This actually sounds like it's strung together pretty well. And so by going through those exercises, that can help you, boost your confidence in your writing. Another great strategy for boosting confidence in writing is also reading, because you're seeing how so many other people are doing it, whether it's, kids your own age, or, your favorite authors, or whatever it is that, that you're reading right now. That can, the experience of seeing how others are writing can also help you, give you inspiration, and which can then, give you the opportunities to write and feel more confident.
Yeah, and sorry, I know, I'm sure you have like a bunch of things to get through, but we actually just got a really good question that I just want to chime in with from one of the attendees. They're saying that they want to know how they can make sure that what they write stays positive. This person is saying that sometimes they write about their feelings and it's a downward spiral, and I've been there. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, writing is you really have free reign to go anywhere with it. So one way to, if you're wanting to stay positive, if that is a goal of yours, is to ask yourself a question, or look at a prompt that that inspires positivity, such as, what can I do with my day today, versus, I've got nothing to do today, and starting from there. Yes. I mean, it's a mindset thing, really. So just taking a look at, your day today, it might look really similar to your day yesterday, just because you're in this place. Maybe you had a different Zoom call today than you had yesterday or something like that. Or you're wearing different pajamas today than you were yesterday, or maybe not. It's okay. Well, how can I make my day, what can I do with it? What is inspiring me today? Is it participating in a group like this? Is it a conversation I had with somebody either in my house or virtually? So a lot of it is just, is choosing something to focus on that is positive. Because, a very important, one important role of journaling is to allow a safe place to get it all out, whatever your emotions are. So that can lead to any emotional, it can be joy, exuberance. Like if you're really proud of yourself, but you don't really want to come across as braggy to everybody, you can journal about it because that's a safe place to do it. Similarly, if you're feeling angry or, mad at, feeling left out of something, any of those emotions are totally normal and totally fine to have. But if you start journaling about it, that could, could on the one hand, bring some sort of release, which is great, but it also could tap into something that you weren't necessarily wanting to end up on too. So I would, in answer to that question, I would choose a topic that that is inspiring or that is kind of future thinking in a way that is uplifting.
Thank you. That's really helpful. I was just thinking while you were saying my dog is going to be so happy that I'm going to start journaling, because usually when I have anything I want to brag about or or if I'm angry about something, I tell him and he's going to be like, yes, she's going to be quiet now. So anyway, those were my thoughts.
Yeah.
But thank you for that question. That was great. And thank you for your response, Marni.
Sure.
Marni, what you just said sparked a thought, because someone today posted a very inspiring quote by Maya Angelou that said, hope and fear cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Invite one to stay. And with my own personal journaling, sometimes if I'm feeling low, I'll actually start with a simple prompt of just saying, I hope ... and kind of try to fill in the blank from there. So I love what you're saying kind of about, choosing a prompt that is going to guide you to a more positive place.
What part of a situation or, a message to focus on, right? It is ultimately your choice if you choose to focus on the part of a situation that is hopeful or the part that is fearful, right? And it's easy to, to notice those things that are fearful. It's, they're all around us. But then you can acknowledge it. Okay, yeah, that was fearful, but then move on to say, but I want to redirect and focus on some positive element of it. I imagine there's a lot of positives of being at home with everybody. Things are moving slower, and that can also feel really nice too. So maybe a prompt is, what about things moving slowly feels good right now? Maybe it's staying in pajamas most of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, Sherry, we can hear you pretty well if you want to chime in at all during this. I just wanted to make sure she knew that. But that was a really great quote.
Yeah.
So sorry. So we would love to hear some of your tips, and you sent us some great prompts last week, and we loved the video that you made. And for me, they sparked a lot of joy and a lot of thought about moving forward. So I would love to just discuss more of those and hear more from you about your expert journaling brain.
Sure. Well, I know that the title of our session today was, why we can pay attention to what it's like to live in this moment, because, we keep coming back to this point, but it's so true. Like, this is true really every day of your life. You're always living history, right? History is ongoing, and we're parts of it. But we are living through one of those moments in history that will be referenced in the future regularly for some time, regularly. And, we don't even know what all of the implications of this time are going to be. So, reflecting on it right now, reflecting on it in late March, right? And what the past month has been like for you, where you were at the beginning of this month versus where you are now, right? and noticing what has changed in your life, what your predictions are going to be for the next month, or describing who you are right now at this point in time, you know, what you are at age, whatever you are, what your favorite, you know, shows are, your, you know, whatever is like popular right now, just kind of like a little bit like a time capsule almost, of writing down like, okay, March 2020, what will I want to remember? What your favorite foods are. Are you eating like something right now? Like last week it was brownies for me. Every night it was like a different batch of brownies. But you know, what is, you know, what do you want to remember about this time? You know, what your hopes are for your future, you know, for your own future. Where do you see yourself in, you know, 5 years? Or, you know, what are your personal goals? An idea that my daughter mentioned, and not in a way necessarily to inspire me or others, but she said, yeah, my quarantine resolution is, and I'm thinking, wow, that's a great, that's, you know, I said, did you hear that anywhere? She said, no, that's one, no, that's just what I'm thinking of. And, you know, if you had to ask yourself, is there something right, or maybe you just have because it's come up in your own mind, but if there's something you want to work on, you want to learn a new skill, do you want to work on a project that you have? Do you want to, you know, start cooking? Do you want to, you know, do something differently, or you know, do you want to practice some act of kindness every day? You can set a resolution for yourself, or, you know, set some goals that you could be working on while you're, you know, during this time.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Do you have a quarantine resolution?
Yeah, actually, so I had started on Write, Reflect, Grow social media. It was about 2.5 weeks ago. I started, you know, I saw right away that people were needing to tap into their coping. Even before everything really had been shut down. And I started writing some daily tips on, you know, how to ground yourself and things you can notice and things you can do. And so I've been posting them most days on Instagram and social media. But then I had this idea, and this happens when I have other things going on, and I don't necessarily, you know, I said, I'm going to put this into action. I woke up one day and I said, you know what, I want to turn these into something that can raise money for some recovery effort from all of this, which I'm still working on all the details right now, but I am in the process of creating a set of greeting cards. I've spoken to a publisher for one of my journals, and they are, we are getting the layout done right now, but it's going to be a set of greeting cards where 100% of the proceeds are going to go to some sort of recovery, whether it's a food bank. I'm kind of working through the details right now. So channeling it into some sort of action, that's something, you know, that's one of my goals for this time.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
So Marni, I just wanted to say, I love your analogy of using your journal as a time capsule, and really to be, you know, an observer of this moment in time, and to really capture what you want to remember about this time. And just a personal story I shared with you recently, but my mom, who is my absolute hero, she's the most brilliant, amazing, fabulous woman on planet Earth. Yes. She first got cancer back in 2011 and kept a very detailed journal during that time, and then stored it away and probably didn't think much more about it after that. But recently her cancer came back, and together we got that journal out, and it was so incredibly powerful to see her reading that journal and kind of reading it aloud to me, which was essentially a time capsule, but a letter to herself, basically saying, you know, stay strong, stay positive, and just a reminder that she's been here before, and she got through it, and she'll get through it again. And it was just such an incredible personal experience with the power of journaling. I think now I'm like, you know, I'm going to buy 100 gifts of your big idea journal for Christmas and give them to everyone I know, because I want everyone I know to really, you know, leverage this tool.
Wonderful. Yes, and on that on the cancer, and I have a journal specific to that I'm actually releasing right now too. That's specific to that experience, but to your point, that when we that it's one of the most powerful components of keeping, or I guess one of the benefits of keeping a journal is that you have this part of your life or your thoughts or whatever it is that you are recording, you have a record of it. So you can go back and see, and you can compare yourself to when you were whatever age in the past, and see how, see how you've evolved, and see also how, in which ways you're still very much the same.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, we can open it up if there's any final questions. We've had some great conversation along the sidebar with our participants. We even had someone else
I've been trying to keep up.
with an inspirational. Yeah, there's someone chimed in, Betsy chimed in with another inspirational quote by Toni Morrison. This is the it you've been looking for. So it's a great conversation on the right hand here. I think what you're saying is really resonating with a lot of people. So we appreciate that. So
well,
much.
I know that I provided some ideas, to you guys earlier today that I think is going to go out to everybody after this meeting today, and will be on the Love Girl website after our group today. Some ideas of what you guys can all do right now. Some starting points, and you can take it from here and make them all your own too. But they're really just about being in the moment, noticing what's going on. Also, you could do it visually too. You can do a visual scrapbook too of things, and collect mementos, and collect photos. You can just kind of go snap and print them out too. Use digital photography. What is a day of a day of your life? Day in the life of you right now, like. Right, and kind of keep record of that.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, we have 2 great worksheets from Marni that we put some logos on, and that are really great. And one of them is already available on our Live Girl website under resources and try this, but maybe we'll house them all. And then she generously shared another one with us today that will be saved on our website underneath with this recording. And I'll be emailing all that out to the participants, and please share it with your friends, because once you see the questions that Marni has posed, like, they're really incredible, thoughtful questions that, have been swirling around in my head and, making me feel a little bit better every day. So thank you so much for that, Marni. They're really great.
Yeah, I also want to thank you, Marni, and just remind everyone that Write, Reflect, and Grow offers journals, guided audio reflections, journaling workshops, coaching, and more. And you can find out about Marni and everything, all the wonderful work she's doing at writereflectgrow.com. And she's on Instagram at write_reflect_grow. So it's a great resource. I want to make sure everyone knows how to find you.
Thank you. Yeah, were there any other questions that people wanted? I know we started a minute or so late, so I'm happy to answer another question if anybody would like.
We have one in the chat. Ellery wants to know if you're on Discord. Ellery, I don't know what that is. Marni, do you know what that is?
No, what is it?
Is that like an Audible type thing, Ellery?
I think Olivia knows.
Oh, Olivia, what is it?
Yeah, no, I think it's, I'm just laughing because it's like, I think it's like more like a young person thing.
Yeah, I'm not young.
Anyway. We don't know what it is. She's laughing at us, basically.
Yeah.
No.
We can't disguise her age so much sometimes.
Well, both Marni and I
do have some audio stuff. I need to add some more too. Reflect, but my private practice website, I just have one breathing calm meditation up. I plan to add more, and I am on one meditation. Also, this is a great time right now to practice meditation for anyone that's ever been curious about that or has already practiced. There's a lot of great tools out there too, and I have a few guided reflections on the Simple Habit meditation app as well.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's so cool.
Okay, I think we'll close with this quote. So Betsy posted another Toni Morrison quote. It's a perfect way to close today's webinar. Toni Morrison said, all narrative begins for me as listening. When I read, I listen. When I write, I listen for silence, inflection, rhythm, and rest. So I just thought that was a perfect quote to end this webinar on being mindful in the moment and using journaling as a tool with Dr. Amsellem.
Thank you. And sorry, Marni, real quick, what is the name of the meditation app? Someone's asking in the chat.
Simple Habit.
Simple Habit.
And if on your computer, if you access it on your computer and you just want unlimited access to all of the content, I think it only can be done through your computer here. You can use the referral code. It's like a week or two of unlimited access. The referral code for me is referred by Marni, M-A-R-N-I, all one word there. But a lot of the meditation, I am not promoting any one over the other. I just have some on that app. But most of them do offer free content. And if you really are liking what you are hearing, you can then subscribe for the rest. But there's a lot to try out, a lot of good stuff out there.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Marni.
It was so much fun to be with you guys, and be well, everyone. I look forward to, I think be doing some other videos with you guys in the month of April. And so I look forward to, hearing how things are going.
Yeah, if anyone watching does any of these journaling prompts or gets any thoughts from this, please do reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach us at Go Live Girl on all platforms. Feel free to DM us or comment somewhere and DM Write, Reflect, Grow. We all want to hear from you. So thank you, everyone. And I'm glad we're able to sort out some of the technical glitches so we could hear and see Sherry and Olivia. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.